What's good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? JDaisy here with the JDaisy Game Channel. Here with kind of a quick review of the R.A.I.D World War II beta that's out right now. If you have Payday 2, you will get access to this beta early, as well as a discount on the game and the deluxe edition of the game. It officially comes out on September 26th. I believe it's at a discounted price, not full price. I believe it's like uh, 35 or something. I'll look that up as I talk. What is the game? It is similar to Payday's art style. It's made by the same company, Overkill. It is full price at $39.99. If you are if you own Payday like I do, it is 15% off for 30, or it's 10% discount for buying early, plus a 5% discount if you're a part of Payday 2, thus making it $33.99 right now. But like I said, you get access to the beta, so I've been playing around a little bit with that. What is the game? The game starts off by having the wonderful, wonderful voice acting and portrayal. That pretty much just says you and your team of four-man squad, three others than you that can either be AI or actual people in classic Payday fashion. Are dropped into Germany, and you go do missions to try and stop Hitler and the Third Reich. But it very much plays like Payday, but if you're someone like me that loved that style, is great. You have this kind of layer that you build up and you work on, and that's where you go from mission to mission. All as far as I could see, and if Payday is anything to go by, any mission that is multiplayer is also single player. You can play it completely with an AI team. I didn't see, there was some character customization you can do, but there wasn't really anything I saw that you could do, but that's probably just because it's beta. They haven't implemented that. And there only seemed to be there was four classes and then four nations within those classes, and the nations just changed what they look like. It didn't matter what class you were, it just changed it to that. Art style, I guess, would be the best way to put it. But how does it play, you ask? It plays like Payday. It plays like a first-person shooter against an AI. The AI is constantly, the more difficult, the more of them there are. And there was a couple, I saw at least three, maybe four different unit types. There was your standard grunt, a flamethrower, and I think a medic or an officer. One or either both of those I saw during. I only played like 3 or 4 matches of this. There's very limited with the beta. Obviously, they're not going to play their full hand. So it plays a lot like Payday 2, where you're just fighting waves and waves of enemies while trying to get to an objective. The missions I did, you're trying to blow up this blimp. So you have to first figure out how to get in, and there was a stealth mechanic, which is great. It's just a little hard because the weapons are very limited right now, once again because of the beta. So there wasn't a real big stealth option that I exhausted pretty quickly. And then from there you work your way through this base, fighting waves and waves of fighting waves of enemies because you have to turn these valves. It's all the grunts look alike, and it's kind of fun when they all spawn at one time and you can just mow them down. I highly recommend, if you play this, to use a machine gun. I started off with Recon, which is a not a single shot, but bolt action rifle, which was very high damaging. It's just when you have a wave of like 20 people come and you only have a 5-round capacity, it runs out pretty quick. So use something with higher rate of fire, which I should have known, but just kind of live and let live. We turned the valves, and then we got up and we actually you first had to open a door, grab a shell, load it into a howitzer, and then fire the howitzer at the blimp, which was a really kind of nice. It was different than in Payday, where you often didn't do objectives like that. I mean, towards the end, they kind of let you drive cars and stuff like that, but you didn't often manually do the objectives like that. And then we had to fight our way out. The first time I did it, I actually died like 5 feet from the end because I just was trying to bum rush through it, barrel through all these people, and they just mowed me down. So that was pretty aggravating when you die that close to the end. But anyone that plays video games knows that feeling. So it ran into the point where you have to fight, know when to stop, think about it for a second, and then move. Like I said, it does have a fairly good stealth mechanic because you can move bodies, hide them. I didn't see any body bags or anything like in Payday where you were limited more by that than anything else. So I imagine there will be several stealth missions and stuff like that, as well as kind of uh, one of the times we just went in and just mowed everything down. I played with a random team online to make sure the online feature worked and everything seemed fine. I didn't have any big issues there. We went loud for that, and you could do it. It just took longer. You just had to go, kind of around the long way to get into the bunker, and have to deal with that. There's always a constant ammos being thrown at you and health. You just have to remember to pick it up. It doesn't auto pick it up. There's lock picking. The lock picking is very basic. A circle goes around a lock pick, and as long as you hit it X when there's a little gap in the circle, the lock pick goes up and opens it. Some of the more complicated circles will have several circles going around, so you have to deal with that. But as far as the game itself, and just judging from the beta here, I didn't even really know this game existed until the Payday 2 patch came out, and I check every patch notes I can on my that come, and they said, hey, we have stuff for Payday 2 to promote our game R.A.I.D. So check that stuff out if you play Payday. Also, hey, check this out, you get a discount, blah blah blah. So I checked it out, playing the beta. I'm probably going to get the full game because this is just stuff that I loved. I've supported Payday 2 throughout the whole development of it. And through the 4 years I've had it, 3 years at least, because I had it on Xbox 360, and now on PC. So if you enjoyed that style, if you enjoy first-person shooters that aren't, this is more teamwork than than against each other. This is all PvE. There's no PvP as far as I saw. There wasn't in any Payday 2, so I hope that they keep that. And just as a side note, Overkill is a really great company. I enjoy it. They do quite a bit of philanthropy, so I'm always happy to help them when I can, not just on a more personal note for the company. But if you're interested in first-person shooters, PvP, or PvE, sorry, get them mixed up, and you want something a little different, the art style is very, very kind of basic. Some people would say it's kind of outdated. It is a little bit. But it doesn't take itself all that seriously. When you die, there's some pretty comical cutscenes with a person dressed up as Hitler making you feel real bad and antagonizing you to redo everything. There's comical. It doesn't take it too seriously, and it's pretty comical. I would highly recommend, if you have Payday 2, to try and jump in on the beta now. Get yourself an experience. Because I think you have access to the beta till the 26th, all the way to the full release of the game. So that's almost 2 weeks of trying this out and getting whether or not you want to drop that $35 or $40, depending on what you buy it at, price-wise. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please drop them down in the comment box. I'd be happy to help out anything I can. As always, we're all in this one together. See you in the next one.